Money FM 89.3, the best of the afternoon update. The Afternoon Update with Lynlee Foo.
Money FM 89.3. Now, AI has long been discussed in boardrooms, data centers, and research labs, powering everything from finance to healthcare. But increasingly, it's stepping out of the back end and into everyday life. From humanoid robots to AI-generated art, AI is becoming a public experience. And this October, Singapore will host AICON 2025, the world's first global AI consumer festival, timed with the buzz of the F1 weekend. One of the headline draws, Tesla's humanoid robot, Optimus, making its Singapore debut. To explore what this shift means for industry and society, I'm joined by Dr. James Ong, founder of the Artificial Intelligence International Institute and co-founder of AICON. Welcome, James.
Thank you very much for the invitations.
James, it's great to have you here. Now, launching an AI festival in the middle of F1 weekend feels like almost a deliberate attempt to blend global spectacle with technology that's usually kept behind closed doors in labs and boardrooms. Why take it public in this way?
Actually, this started about 9 months ago when a group of very young Singaporean entrepreneurs who are actually into creative space, doing a lot of AI for generating video. They actually approached me with this idea of doing this AICON, which is a festival for AI for the public. I thought it's quite meaningful because I think it's aligned with also the current trend of AI is reaching out to the consumer. So it's about time to do something. So that's why the timing and the content was designed that way.
Okay, so it's not about tech for tech's sake, right? It's about showing people how AI could actually improve their lives, I would imagine.
Exactly. Because probably aware, since the launch of the ChatGPT, right, it's the first time the general public actually interact with AI, right? For a long time, AI has been used behind the scenes, behind the product. But this is a time where AI is presented, where people are actually interacting with it. And I can see that together with the group of this young Singaporean, and we see that this is impacting people's life. In fact, what happened to your daily life, what happened to the children education, and etc. Also, people are worried about jobs. So these are actually become very real.
And this group of young people, are they in the industry?
Yes, they are actually in the creative industry. Of course, one of the persons is Jace Pua. He's actually a KOL. He's been doing a lot of TikTok and YouTube and also Instagram. So he's been trying to bring awareness of the AI impact to the younger generations. And I thought he's doing a great job. And that's why I think it's about time to do that. And it's actually quite aligned with Singapore government is trying to bring more AI literacies to the public.
Let's dive deeper into this because most of the AI conversations, I must be honest with you, that we've had on this show are about productivity, enterprise tools, or even regulation. But you're flipping that script, taking AI directly to the public. So what gap are you trying to fill?
Yes, first of all, I'm also involved in that corporate space, also the policy space as well. But then I feel that it's important to be empathic to see from the consumer perspective. And that's why the angle is such that, first of all, there's impact on the people's lives. Sometimes it's explicit to them, sometimes it's subliminal. For example, if you're using AI, right, you actually do not know that it's actually you are being affected, right? Or actually you are actually training the AI itself by contributing your information. So that is one important angle to bring awareness so that people know that when they're using it, there's a way to use it in the responsible way. Also another way to use it so that you protect yourself. Now, there's also the vulnerable people that you need to watch out for. Young kids who are what I call the AI native, they are 12 years or younger or to be born. The elderly people who need to be protected as well because of the deep fakes and etc.
And I think when people interact with AI directly, it stops being this abstract buzzword. They begin to see how it could actually benefit them as end users, making life easier or even unlocking creativity.
Yes, spot on. Exactly.
Okay. Now, Singapore recently refreshed its national AI strategy. It's funding new test beds, even exploring quantum AI. So how does AICON fit into that bigger ambition of being seen as an AI hub?
Yes, again, Singapore is probably one of the leading nations in the world who is driving the whole AI adoptions and transformation to our society. our Prime Minister Lawrence Wong actually gave a National Day speech, right, which covered a lot of AI.
That's right.
That is actually top down, and we have very strong government leadership in that area. Then, on the other hand, we also want AI to be driven from the grassroots, from the community, right? So I think a bunch of us decided that we can contribute and actually support the national AI strategy to bring about more involvement and adoptions in terms of awareness of AI literacy. Also, bring education to the general public, to the parents who need to know how to guide their children, to the young graduate who are dealing with dilemma in terms of jobs right now, how they can actually pick up some skill. And also, of course, 10 courses by Skill Future. And we do have workshop that actually we bring from the higher education in our AICON to deliver on those classes to the public.
Oh, sounds very interesting. James, I just want to bring in a global perspective here. A recent World Trade Organization report suggested that AI could boost global trade by nearly 40% by 2040. It also singled out Singapore as a regulatory model, showing how even smaller economies can manage AI in ways that are fair, consistent, and trustworthy. So given that, how important is it for events like AICON to not just showcase what's possible, but also to spark debate on what's responsible, as you mentioned earlier, especially around regulation, equity, and ensuring end users are not left behind?
Yes, in general, Singapore actually has been one of the leading country driving a lot of the conversations on AI for good and AI safety. In fact, earlier this year, Singapore launched the Singapore Consensus to bring together the best AI safety expert into Singapore at the policy level, technical level, at the academia discussion. Now, that is actually at the expert level, right? The question is more like, how do you bring that to the general public, right? Of course, government is doing it, but I think we have a lot of role to contribute to actually let people feel what it means to be responsible, right? When you're using it, especially let's say we target the younger AI native, right, who are actually 12 years or younger. We can do more to bring awareness to the parents who need to take care of, who are the caretaker of the children themselves, as well as to the school teacher. Yeah.
But how will regulation catch up?
There is a global debate at both at the different nation level as well as the United Nations as well. I would say every country as a sovereign nation will implement what you need to do to protect your population, right? Whether in education or industry. But at the same time, as you know, because of the internet or mobile internet, AI is available to the public regardless. So you're not getting information just in Singapore, right? You're getting a lot of AI from outside.
That's right.
Therefore, we need to do extra work, and especially from the community grassroots level, to reinforce that so that all parents, all young people, or elderly people are aware, or even professionals, right, who may be using it for their job, they are not aware of some of the risks of using AI. And Singapore does provide a lot of good framework on that.
Yeah, it's about building trust as well, showing people that the excitement comes with certain responsibility and that Singapore, I think, is in a position to lead on both fronts. Now, let's get to the headline grabber, the exciting stuff. Tesla's humanoid robot Optimus making its Singapore debut. I tell you, people are going to be queuing for selfies. But beyond the wow factor, what does Optimus represent to you?
While Optimus represents the vision of Elon Musk, right, one of the most successful, admired entrepreneurs who really
Right.
can make the future happen, right, with all his track record. So coming to Singapore, we are very glad to have Optimus as a showcase and actually allow the public to be actually recognizing this is an important moment. Maybe we call it the humanoid moment, right, where this is actually happened in our life. It's going to be one of the potentially members of the community at our home or at our work, as well as in the public places like a retail store, right? So I think that is, in my personal opinion, is going to happen one way or another. Just like autonomous driving, right, it's going to happen sooner or later. So we do need to get the public to kind of see and touch and feel and listen to the people who are behind the Optimus as part of our show.
Okay, so trying to let people know that AI-powered robots, it's actually going to probably serve people in daily life very soon.
Yes, in fact, one of the things I like to say that Singapore as a nation is also a good test bed for latest technology. So maybe our consumer will be more ready and savvy to test out futuristic technology here first.
James, do you see this consumer-facing festival model catching on globally, or is Singapore a one-off experiment?
Yes, I was involved with the World AI Conference in Shanghai, which has been running for the last 7 years.
Oh, wow.
And there's a consumer component of it. Actually, it's one of the largest AI show. It has the enterprise side. It also has the consumer side that open out to the family. So it's a hybrid. But we thought this, I call it the consumer electronic or CES of AI, right? It's a new space. That number one is a new format that we can kind of blend with the government top-down approach with the bottom-up so that the best gadgets are presented and available. It's also commercially viable, right? If we can do it right. And also benefit the public in terms of literally AI literacy and see and feel the latest one. It's also create a lot of excitement for the public as well. And that's why we want to do it during the F1 weekend. Yeah.
Okay, so do you see this as a recurring event?
Yes, this year we are doing the smaller scale as a start because the first year we're doing it and we are collaborating with Beyond X, which is one of the leading Singapore entrepreneurial incubation center, which is where it's being held. Next year we do hope to take it to the more higher conversation at the convention and the exhibition level. So we do want to keep doing it. And we do also want to go beyond the border because this thing is not limited to Singapore, but hopefully it will be one of the Singapore originated creative initiative for AI. Yeah.
So you're not just launching an event, you're building a model for how societies everywhere might prepare their people to adopt AI.
Yes, part of our plan is to build an ecosystem that connect not just within Singapore, different sector as well as regionally in ASEAN, also to the rest of the Asian market like in China, India, or even Middle East and beyond.
Okay. Now, earlier, James, we talked about Optimus, AI-powered robots. Looking 5 years ahead, what do you think will be the most visible way consumers experience AI in daily life?
Oh, okay. This is something that I pay a lot of attention to. Obviously, right now is the chatbot, right? People are using it on the phone. But I see the major trend towards what Jensen Huang talked about, the physical AI. That means the robot that clean your home will actually, it could be the humanoid that actually do a lot of housework for you, actually serve you, taking care of the elderly, especially with Singapore with an aging population. I think in 5 years' time it's going to happen. Wow. And actually you can go to the National Library in Orchard Road. There's something called Heart and Soul. They actually provide an exhibition on something about the futuristic part of the world where robot is living in our home as well. So I see 5 years' time, we're going to have better and better and more productive robot, but also empathic robot that actually know how to coexist with us as a humankind in the family setting or even in the public, as well as in school.
Wow, exciting stuff. Now, for someone walking into AICON this October, maybe seeing AI up close for the first time, what do you want them to leave with?
I would say we want to leave them with maybe the reality that this is coming, right? This is not just things that you read on the news or futuristic. I think 5 years' time maybe sounds long, but in the AI era with the progressive acceleration of the technology, 5 years is actually very short because there's already discussion about AGL, ASI happening in 5 years' time, right? So I think we need to get the public ready, and we hope the public will walk away with that understanding so that they are mentally prepared and we can contribute our impact in that way.
James, thank you for giving us that perspective. And where can our listeners go to if they want to find out more about this event?
Very simple. They can go to the website called www.aicon.show, SHOW. Yeah.
Okay, James, once again, thank you for joining us on Industry Insight. Appreciate your time. And here's wishing you and the AICON team all the best as you bring this festival to life. It certainly sounds like Singapore is about to play host to something truly groundbreaking. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We hope all the media as well as the public will come join us next week on October 3rd and 4th.
Okay. And he is Dr. James Ong, founder of the Artificial Intelligence International Institute and co-founder of AICON. You've been listening to Industry Insight with me, Lynlee.
Money FM 89.3